So it's budget signing day, and as expected, Governor John Kasich, before he signed the budget, issued his vetoes, and among them was the veto of the Medicaid expansion freeze that legislative Republicans put in. Governor Kasich has been a very strong supporter of Medicaid expansion. A number of legislative Republicans have very much not been supporters. He kind of got around them at one point to get this enacted with some help from legislative leaders. But now the lawmakers have decided they wanted to try to put a freeze on the expansion starting in July of 2018. No one else would be allowed to come on the expansion, which right now has about 700,000 people in Ohio being covered. And then, and the only people who could remain on at that point would be those who, if they fall off. The way it works, it's kind of complicated, but the way it works is as long as you're on it under this bill, you can stay on it. But a lot of folks on Medicaid, on the expansion in particular, they fall off the expansion because let's say they get a job, they get a better job, they get better employment, and then their income level rises, so they fall off of Medicaid. But then maybe later they lose that job or some other circumstances occur, so they have to go back on. This is where the administration says this could cost about 500,000 Ohioans their coverage, because those folks who fall off under this plan will not be able to come back unless they have a drug addiction problem or mental health treatment. Then those folks will be able to come back on. Other folks will not. If you're not already in Medicaid as of July 1st of next year, you cannot get on no matter what your issues are for the expansion population. So that has been a fight. The governor vetoed it as expected because, again, he's a big supporter. However, the legislative leaders have threatened to come back next week and do a veto override votes. Will that actually occur? We will wait and see. Veto overrides, even if you have the support, have a lot of different factors that have to go into it, including a lot of political factors, in fact. It's not just about, I disagree with the governor, so I'm going to override. It's other things as well, including, how does this, do I really want to upset the governor? Is there something that I want to get done later this year that if I do this, the governor may not come along with me? So we'll see how that goes next week, but for right now, the expansion freeze is out of the budget, and we'll see what happens.